Welcome. Book club time.
We're just going to call this book club time.
Yep, it's book club time.
Excellent. We are going to talk about another book, but today is special.
Yep.
Because we're going to talk about 3 books.
Yes. Mr. Monday, Grim Tuesday, and Drowned Wednesday.
Those are the first 3 books in the Keys to the Kingdom series by Garth Nix. We have read this before, but it's been years. And what's great about doing a reread like this is we remember liking the books, so it's been long enough, it's like reading them again for the first time. They're YA.
They're very short.
What would you call them, YA or middle grade?
I would call them YA just because of some of the subject matter that comes up, and some of the scenes are actually really dark. So I wouldn't call them middle grade.
Okay. Yeah. So YA fiction.
Yeah.
But it's well-written YA fiction that is deep.
Yes.
And gives you a lot. As you can tell by the titles, there's likely 7 books in this series because there's 7 days to a week.
Yep.
And so we've done Monday through Wednesday.
Yep.
And so that's what we're going to confine our discussion to.
Yes. And good thing I don't remember Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So I can only talk about through Wednesday anyways.
Okay. Yeah. I have some recollections. I think I did a middle reading.
You did. You read them. Yeah,
a few years ago. Yep. So I have a little more intel.
Yeah. Garth Nix is a favorite author of ours. We have read several books by him.
Main character, Arthur Penhaligon.
Yes.
He is a mortal boy from Earth, but learns that Earth is what's known as one of the secondary realms. Yep. There is what they call the house, which is more of a concept than an actual structure. But the house is the center of creation. The architect who created everything has disappeared and left a will with 7 trustees, one for each day of the week. And the trustees did not do their job.
Nope.
Instead, split the will up and hid the will in different locations. And Arthur has now been selected by the first part of the will to inherit everything and be the heir to the kingdom. That is the premise of the book.
Yeah.
So what did you like about this book?
My first reading of this, it was just fun. I remember it was just a fun adventure, and each book is super unique and different, which I really appreciated. You're not reading the same story, the same conflicts over and over and over again. They are 7 very different, unique journeys for Arthur. And so my first reading, it was just this fun adventure. But the second time through, it's deep. There's a lot of stuff going on, and it's a lot darker than I remember it being. You are rooting for Arthur, and every day he gains greater character development, and he is growing as an individual and as a kid, and you are cheering him on. And you always want to cheer somebody on. I like Arthur.
He's a very likable character.
He is a very likable character. He just wants to be with his family, and he wants to save his family.
What I liked was very similar, and it's characteristic of Garth Nix books. I will say he was my second favorite author after Brandon Sanderson. And he just has originality times 10.
Yes.
He comes up with the most off-the-wall stuff. Now, doesn't always go well.
No.
And that's the nature of art. You try some stuff, and some of it gets edgy, and some of it's difficult to understand or whatever. But by and large, I know that anytime I pick up anything from him, it's going to be creative. It's going to just have these off-the-wall ideas that totally work. And it's going to be well written. And that is this book to a T. Of all the books, if I think of favorite characters, I love Wayne from the Wax and Wayne series, the Alloy Law series by Brandon Sanderson. He's a comic relief character, but ends up being unexpectedly competent.
Yes. And
I feel like I have his little sister in this book, Susie Turquoise Blue.
Yes. She doesn't show up often enough.
She doesn't. She's in and out because she's too strong of a sidekick. Stuff really moves
when she shows up
because she's very proactive as a character, comic relief. Yeah, she's a favorite. What could have been done better? What would you like to have seen different in these first 3 books?
So I think my biggest complaint, and the first time we did this series, we listened to an audio with our kids when our kids were little, like 10, 8, 6. And now going back and reading them again, I'm a little shocked that I said, yes, here, let my 6-year-old read this book. Like, there's the old man on the clock, and every 12 hours, these creepy little wooden creatures come out, and dig his eyeballs out of his head. And that's really dark.
We should have said spoiler before that.
That's really dark. And so there's just there's moments like that, and you think this is just YA or middle grade. It might be a middle grade reader. And so you wouldn't think that things are going to be that dark for that young of an audience, but they are. And so that's my only kind of complaint. But as an adult reader, I was totally invested in that. And then my other complaint is that Susie doesn't show up enough. She is comic relief to a T. You need her when she comes because it always gets dire for Arthur by the time she shows up. And she needs to be there. And I wish that she showed up a little bit sooner.
I agree with you on some of the dark scenes. Like, there's scenes that hit kind of like a horror movie. Mm-hmm. And, you know, creatures wander around in the dark, and you're going to die if they find you.
Yes.
I will say one aspect where it kind of pulls back a little on that is in the house, the people who aren't mortals like Arthur, but everyone else is a denizen and actually can get their heads cut off and they can be reattached. It's really hard for them to die.
Yeah.
They do. There are some ways.
Yes.
And so, but the trauma and pain of it make it very real.
Yeah.
And so, but, you know, actually not that many entities or characters have actually been killed.
Died. No.
Yeah.
No.
It's actually very few so far.
Yeah.
And you see this a lot, especially in YA series. You know, you can't have an example without Harry Potter. Right, in Harry Potter, it started out a lot more lighthearted and fun up till book 3. And then it got more serious and really serious until the end. And the series kind of does the same thing.
Yeah. Of the 3, do you have a favorite?
It's of these 3, it's probably 2, Grim Tuesday. Drowned Wednesday has some fun, different dynamics in it. And so it's a good rival. But I like the sort of straightforward story movement we get out of the second one.
Grim Tuesday.
Yeah.
My favorite's Drowned Wednesday. And I remembered that from my first reading of it, that out of all 7 of them, my favorite one was Drowned Wednesday. And when we started it, that all of those feelings just came back of, oh yeah, this is my favorite one. I really like this one. He mentioned that he had read or heard somewhere that these 7 books match the 7 deadly sins. Each trustee, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, on, the 7 of them represent one of the 7 deadly sins. And it does. And when you go back and read those sections, it's very obvious. Mm-hmm. So Mr. Monday is sloth. Mm-hmm. Grim Tuesday is greed. And it's all around money. And that one's fun, right? There's like fun components to it that you can dig deeper. That take it to another level, which is really cool. And Drowned Wednesday is gluttony. And I can't share what happens in Drowned Wednesday because it matches and just exemplifies gluttony to the 10th degree. So you have to read them.
But yeah, watch for the depth. There's a lot of depth to these stories. Yeah. Again, Garth Nix always does that well. Mm-hmm. He's got some stories that I would say are edgy, that I actually wouldn't recommend for kids, that still make you think. Little fun fact: in the Alcatraz series, Brandon Sanderson actually makes a Garth Nix reference.
He does?
He does, and kind of pokes Garth Nix, and I wonder I don't know the history.
Between the two of them?
I think Garth Nix predates Sanderson quite a bit.
Yes.
And so there's that. Yeah, there was a point of overlap there where I think they were very much competing. Right. I do think they have different audiences now.
Yes. Nix's Ab Horsen series is fantastic. And having reread, now we're going to finish these ones. I want to go back through and reread Ab Horsen because I think I've only read that series one time as well.
I actually have a couple other Nix books I want you to read and get your take on it.
I did Newt's Emerald.
Newt's Emerald. That one's good.
That's a good one.
A Confusion of Princes.
I haven't done that one.
That one is trippy.
Is that the one with the kids?
Nope, that's Shade's Children.
Oh, I should read that one.
Both of those.
About that one. That's a no-go.
It's one of those that both of those, there's some content where I don't think I would recommend it to younger audiences. But they both have the same, just wildly, fantastically different settings and ideas and concepts. and they both have deeper messages you can think about and chew on.
Yeah.
And so they're fun.
He said in the car that Garth Nix makes him want to be a writer.
It's true.
And I just enjoyed hearing that from him, because the stuff that Garth Nix comes up with is so unique. And he makes you want to read. When I'm reading a book that's really, really good and I have to stop, I feel like I have abandoned that character in whatever setting I've left them in. And I feel like it's my duty as the reader to go in and rescue them from whatever state I've abandoned them in. And Garth Nix is like that for me. I feel like we have abandoned Arthur in the world of Drowned Wednesday. And we need to read Sir Thursday so that I can rescue him from where he's suffering currently. So that means that it's a really good book.
Get him out of it.
Get him out of it.
Perfect.
Yes.
So overall stars.
5. All 3 of them are 5 stars for me.
Yeah. Yes, 4 to 5 stars would be my rating. Great books. Recommend them to everybody. And we look forward to reading the last 4. We'll see if we take the next 4 in one bite of a review, or maybe we do 2 and 2, or 3 and 1.
Oh, maybe.
For a big reveal.
Give the big reveal for Lord Sunday.
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. Go read this one. These 3. This whole series. Worth it.
Agreed.
Yep. Happy reading.